You got to build a large emergency fund, and then you got to take money and take all the money and throw it at the debt indiscriminately. All right. So we're going to do what's called the debt snowball. We're going to pay off the smallest debt first. And then when that's paid off, we're going to take that money and then add it to the next one and then to the next one. And eventually you're out of debt. Well, that all works. But I want to tell you, it is highly inefficient. It works, but it's inefficient. Why is it inefficient? Because it doesn't take into account your interest cost, how much interest you're actually paying and how much interest you're actually saving. All right. So let's take a look at what's going on here. So when we do this, the program is going to tell you, take this amount of money to the penny and apply it to the debt. So if we go down into February, I'm going to skip 2 months here, go down into February and take a look. Here is what the program is telling us. Take that money from your savings account, only part of it, and then take that money from your savings account and put it where? Are you seeing where it's telling you to put that, Miss Patrice?
So I see you pointing to the Visa line on the screen at
Right.
this time.
So it's telling us to pay off the Visa. And when we
Mhm.
pay off that Visa, then the program's going to do an additional information that says, oh, future interest savings, $1,736.34. This is how much interest we're saving when we do that. Wouldn't that be good to know? All
Yep.
right. And then take the rest of that money. So now we were putting minimum payments on the Visa before. All right. But when we have enough money, we're now going to pay it off in just 3 months, pay it all to zero. Boom. Because we saved up the money in savings to do it. The way
Yep.
that we're told to do it is find out how much extra you can put on the Visa and pay it every month, but pay it off over a year or two, and eventually you pay it off. It's faster, but that's just way too slow. Put the money away in savings and then hit it with a hammer and knock it out. Okay? All right. So now we're also coming down here and said, oh, our mortgage is due on the first of the month. So John and Rebecca pay their mortgage on the first. But the program says, wait 5 days. Come down here to the 6th and also put $1,166.98 on the mortgage. So this is what you were asking. When do we put the money on the debt and how much? The program does all of that. So when we put on here that we're going to pay $1,166.98, we're not even going to round up the 98 cents. We could easily, from the money that they have in the bank, make this $1,200, but we're not. This is the optimum amount. It's the optimum day. I'm going to go back here and say, why I say the optimum day. All right. So do you see how the mortgage is paid on the first? And most people, if they're going to pay any extra, would just send it in with the bank. They just send it in with their payment on the first. Just send in the extra money on the first. Well, no, the program says we're going to wait. We're going to wait in February here. We're going to wait until the 6th of the month to put the extra on. Why is that? Because the longer we wait, the more expensive things get. So why wait? Well, they're right. They do get more expensive, but we're waiting because there's a paycheck that comes in here. And the program is reading that paycheck. And because of that paycheck, we can put a little bit extra on that we wouldn't have, but we could put it on here to get some extra savings. So here's what happens. If we wait, it's like taking 2 steps backwards. Okay, we're losing. But by waiting and we're calculating how much money we do, some extra money we may have, is like taking 7 steps forward. So that's a plus 5 steps. The program is constantly doing that in the background, looking at how much money you're spending, look at how much money you're making, look at how much money you're getting. And then when it's all said and done, when it's all put in here, then the program says, this is something you can do with this much money on this day. Now, I'm going to take you through 3 months on the program. We're going to start in December. I'm not going to click off each thing because that would just take too long. I'm just going to select the entire month. So what we're going to be able to do is figure out how much interest we're actually saving in the first 3 months of this program by following the program. So we're going to click on select the entire month. We're going to execute multiple actions, and we're going to do everything in the program all at one time. All right. So we're going to execute the whole month of December. And then by the time we're through at the end of the month and we're getting ready to go into January, look here. We've saved, I know it's lagging a little bit behind for you, but we've actually saved $112 in interest we'll never have to pay already just by following the program. All right. So now we're going to take a look at what we can do for the entire month of January. All right. And then we're going to click execute multiple actions. All right. Pay the bills, get the money in, pay the bills, get the money in. All right. And we're going to execute the entire month of January. Now we're into February. And the program is telling us to put money on the debt. So we're going to now, I'm just going to just do down to here. We're not going to do the entire month. Okay. So we're going to pay all the way down to where we're putting extra money on the Visa, paying that off, extra money on the mortgage, paying that off, paying that down. All right. And we're going to click on execute these actions. All right. And then by putting that money on the Visa, by paying that off and putting that money on the mortgage in 3 months, how much money have we saved in interest when it catches up, Ms. Patrice? I'm going to wait for you so that you can see it, not just hear it.
The $7,855.
So if you knew that by following a program, that out of all the money that the bank wanted you to pay, by just following this, you'd have $7,855 in interest you didn't have to pay. But here's what's great about it. You still have $4,699.73 in savings. You're paying off your debt and growing your savings at the same time. While, come on now, while you're going to be out of debt in 7.5 years. And it's just like following like financial GPS, do this, and you have more savings and you have less debt and you're going to pay less interest and we're going to track it for you.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
I just get so excited. All right. So listen, do you have any other questions for me?
No, I'm all good. Thank you for that. Thank you very much.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.